Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana, and we're here today with special guest Tracie Campbell, who's here to share with us Brooklyn Charm, where you are the designer. So are you looking for something fun and memorable to do with your friends? Well, today's guest is going to share with us just that. So Brooklyn Charm was founded in 2010 and specializes in offering a diverse range of charms and customizable jewelry pieces. With an emphasis on creativity and individuality, Brooklyn Charm is a favorite destination for jewelry lovers looking to create something truly unique. Today we have the honor of speaking with founder and CEO of Brooklyn Charm, Tracie Campbell, who has been a prominent figure in the jewelry industry for over 20 years, beginning her journey at the age of 15 by selling beaded bracelets to her schoolmates. With a fine arts degree focused on jewelry design, incorporating metalsmithing, ceramics, and woodworking, she launched her first retail location, Brooklyn Charm, in 2010. Today, Brooklyn Charm thrives in Brooklyn's Greenpoint neighborhood and in Ventura, California. Tracie brings over 17 years of experience in the merchant marketplace, participating in venues like Artists and Fleas, Renegade, and Union Square Holiday Market. Since 2007, Tracie has also been a leading jewelry supplier on Etsy, offering over 3,000 products through Brooklyn Charm to designers worldwide. So welcome to the show, Tracie Campbell.
Thank you for having me.
My goodness, what an honor it is to have you here and to talk about this. I've got to tell you, once I went to this website, I've got way too much in my shopping cart already, but I don't think that's a problem, So what even got you interested or on this path of designing this beautiful type of work?
I started making jewelry when I was in junior high, and it just was the first hobby that I ever started, and it just stuck with me all throughout the years. So, by the time I had finished college and studied metalsmithing, I'd moved to New York and was starting my own jewelry making business out on the East Coast. Let me tell you, being in business for yourself in New York City is tough. Uh, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of other people, kind of trying to make it in the jewelry world too. And just being a West Coaster, it was just a different world. So, it was really like out of just trying to adapt that it sort of turned into what it is today.
So why do you think that Brooklyn Charm has gone viral in the way that it has?
Well, I think that right now consumers, especially like the younger generation, Gen Z, they are, they can shop everything online now. You don't even have to shop in person for like 90% of things that we have nowadays. But this is a store and a shop where you are doing something like having an experience, and you're coming in there and you're not just buying something, trying it on and leaving. You're actually engaging with what you're doing, and you're doing something customized. You're walking out with something that like you had a hand in terms of creativity, and it's affordable. And so I just think with that comboed with the Gen Z generation loving to record everything they're doing, it's sort of, it almost was like bound to happen, whether it be with me or, with someone else. I think it's happening in general, actually, for any business that has that experiential, experience.
Well, I have to say, with your shops, they're amazing because you're right. It's an experience. It's something that you get your girlfriends together, you get your friends together, and you can create the jewelry that you want.
Exactly. And it's affordable. I think that was the thing that I've always been the most proud about with my business, is making this an affordable experience. Because when you think about going and getting customized jewelry, you think, oh gosh, that's going to be expensive. I'm going to have to hire a jeweler, and I have to get stones, and it's gold and silver. And that's pretty much, how I feel like it's always been when it comes to like getting something custom made. And this was, an alternative to that, something that, anyone could have access to, no matter what your income or background or whoever you are. It really kind of fits all income brackets.
From what I understand, what's really hot right now is the ColourPop line. I think that's so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a really fun collaboration. They had reached out to us and wanted to design a necklace that came out with their line of So Juicy. So that was my first, professional collab. And we had a lot of time, a lot of fun, designing that and working on that together.
So, why do you choose costume jewelry quality and vintage materials for your products?
Well, that generally is going to be the more affordable route when you go the costume jewelry route. And I think my whole life I've been into the secondhand and vintage and, sustainable fashion. So there is just so much jewelry in the world, just like there is clothing and, that doesn't need to be bought brand new and fresh every time. So when I first started selling just like the jewelry making supplies online, I wanted to have something that like no one else was going to be able to find anywhere else. And so that was sort of like why I went the route of the vintage and secondhand. And then the costume, again, just the affordability. You put in precious metals, sterling silver, gold fill, stuff like that, the price starts to go up.
Well, I like how people can shop by theme. We can choose our own bracelets and earrings. I mean, there's a lot there that we can do.
Yeah, our website has over 3,000 products on it, and that has just been building over the years. So I had heard someone come into the store the other day that were telling their friend about it, and they were just like, you can find anything in here, like any interest, anything that like sparks your creativity or your mind, you're going to find it here. And that's like 95% true. I always kind of get thrown off when someone's like, do you have this charm? And I go, oh my gosh, no, I don't. I will get it.
I could see where that would be a place I was like, hey, wait a minute. That's something to add to the list.
Yes.
I think that people coming in just probably love the aspect that they can choose different components, for their necklace or bracelet or whatever it is that they're making, and just customize it right there.
Yeah, you see the sparkle in their eyes when they see the sea of charms and the discovery. And some people will get stuck in one section, have such a hard time making a decision, and I just have to laugh because then I'm like, well, you have two more sections to go look at. Like they get honed in on one area.
Do you think that's kind of what has led to the success of your two shops is, people are able to come in and really have, again, that immersive experience?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, honestly, I think it's what's kept us in business even through COVID. I've started this in 2010 as a brick and mortar under Brooklyn Charm. And I did it for a couple years before that, but more small scale. And every time someone comes in, I think they all just kind of get information overload in a good way just to see, how much is out there. I mean, you go into a jewelry designer's booth, you're just going to kind of see what's curated with their style and their aesthetic. And that, is only going to like cater to that type of audience. Where you come into Brooklyn Charm, it's for everyone. We have charms for animal lovers and surfers and, people who love traveling and, religious and spiritual and hobbies and symbols and, lockets to put pictures of your family in. So there's always something for somebody.
It sounds like you get people in from all walks of life.
Absolutely. From 3 years old up to 95. There's a level of nostalgia, I think, especially for, the adults and everyone that goes in there, because every day someone says, oh, I remember that from when I was a kid. And, oh, my mom had that, or my grandma had that, or I had that. It unlocks, memories for people. And I enjoy hearing, people sort of feel nostalgic about when they come into the store.
I was so shocked that you even have like nautical stuff and they're all so amazing.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in a nautical town, so you're going to definitely see nautical stuff anywhere I go.
Well, on that note, we're going to pause here for a quick break. We've been speaking with founder and CEO of Brooklyn Charm, Tracie Campbell. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Are you an author, speaker, or expert who is looking for more publicity? Visit radioguestlist.com and sign up for free interview requests from shows looking for guests. Radio Guest List is the #1 free booking resource for radio, podcasts, and TV talk shows who are looking for experts like you right now. Visit radioguestlist.com and sign up today to get the visibility you deserve.
There comes a moment when you realize you're somewhere special. When you discover that each beautiful creature that you see has been rescued from a life of absolute horror and brought to this incredibly free place. Here's where their lives were forever changed and where yours will as well. Discover over 500 tigers, bears, and lions at the brand new visitor center at the Wild Animal Sanctuary just outside Denver. For more information, visit wildanimalsanctuary.org. Discover true freedom at the Wild Animal Sanctuary.
It's one thing to become attached to your perfect home, but what do you do when that home becomes attached to you? A family in dire need of a fresh start, a mysterious house tied to the past. Buried deep within the foundation of the old Far Hill Manor lies a centuries-old secret. Dark forces or something stronger just waiting to be discovered. Caretaker, a supernatural thriller by breakout authors R.J. Halpert.
Internationally recognized and award-winning author Judy Goodman works and teaches outside the box of limited thinking. Working with people from every walk of life, her goal is to empower you to be the best you can be, no matter what the challenge is. Born with the gift of seeing beyond our normal vision, she has an extraordinary gift of working with every challenge. Teaching beyond conventional wisdom, her work is described as life-changing. Visit judygoodman.com. That's judygoodman.com.
I'd like to thank Jason Eastwood at Guitarfulness for sharing his inspiring music and talent with us. His music is known worldwide for cultivating atmospheres of harmony, inner peace, and clarity. Visit Jason's website at guitarfulness.com. Join his newsletter, be part of his community, and download his music. Welcome back to Moments with Marianne. We're here today with special guest, founder and CEO of Brooklyn Charm, Tracie Campbell. So for people looking to have that Brooklyn Charm experience, do they need to have an appointment? Do they just show up? What's the best way to approach this?
We do not do appointments. I think a lot of other people have started doing that since this whole thing went viral. So we are just first come, first serve. The Brooklyn location, because it's New York City and, just a huge swath of people are coming in and out of there. We, do end up putting people on waiting lists. So, if our store is maxed out and we have too many people in there, it doesn't become fun or comfortable to shop while you're like fighting against people to get to the chain and the charms. So we do take, names and numbers, and just like a restaurant for reservations or appointment, people putting their name on a list, we just send them a text, when they're ready. We don't have to do that in Ventura. I think because Ventura is a more small town and, not in a major city, we have not, ever had to, proceed with appointments or anything like that.
What a fun thing to do with family and friends, and what a bonding experience it is.
I think that's probably another reason why this has gone viral, because it's been something to do with your friend, especially in New York, you go and there's tourist things to do and you do them with your friends and family. And so this is definitely an activity that you can do with your loved ones. But I definitely see people going in and just like for themselves, they'll just like, I had a girl drive from Las Vegas one day all the way to the Ventura store, and she came just that day and drove back to Las Vegas by herself.
Well, that just shows the popularity of Brooklyn Charm and how many people are resonating with this.
Absolutely. And that is something very special for me personally, to know that my store is one of those places for people in that regards.
So how important has the Gen Z demographics been for the overall growth of Brooklyn Charm?
Probably the most important thing to keep us going at this point. I mean, we've been around for 14, almost 15 years now. And, it started out with the millennial generation, but this new generation, they want that experience because all this shopping is like being done online and not so much in person. I think they're hungry for something to do in person that is, not just again shopping, but an activity. So this, new generation of, the Gen Z generation, like they are ready to shop. You just have to give them a reason to.
Now, do you offer permanent jewelry and engraving as well?
Yes, we offer both. The engraving that we do is just by hand with a stamping block. We don't do machines or anything. In that sense, we keep it very handmade and simple. The permanent jewelry, we currently only carry in our Ventura location, mainly because we have the room for it. Things are a little bit tighter in Brooklyn, so it's hard for us. We were planning on putting that into the Brooklyn location, but then we went viral and there's literally no room for it in the Brooklyn store. But we do offer sterling silver and gold filled chain options in Brooklyn, so they can still, get their jewelry made with the higher quality products. It's just only in Ventura we're doing the permanent jewelry right now.
So how has having the two locations impact your business?
Well, kind of like how you asked earlier, oh, you have nautical charms. I'm going to have those nautical charms because I'm in a beach town right now. So I think having a store in two completely different cities helps us kind of cover the ground of all the different types of customers and hobbies and interests. We can kind of see from both sides of the coast, and it's good to be on both coasts. It's good to have the people coming from LA and the West Coast and visiting us, and also having that presence in New York City, because let's be real, New York City is the best city in the world. So I'm very happy and fortunate that we're out there, and be able to have success out there as well.
Now, do you host private events and like pop-ups?
We do. We do not go out and, do them ourselves in terms of like, hey, we're throwing this event. We've been invited to a few pop-ups. We did one with Frankie's Bikinis and Reformation. We have another one in the works with a major brand that is coming out next month. So we'll be doing some jewelry for them and popping up in one of their LA stores and expanding hopefully before the end of the year in some of their stores. So that's still in the works. And we haven't been doing so much in New York, mainly because again, it's like we are so slammed on the East Coast that she can't, like, we don't even have the capability to take on all these things. It's like every day, actually, someone reaches out and wants us to do an event, and we can't do it all. We can only do what we're able to do with the staff that we have without, stressing ourselves out too much.
Well, such great things coming out of Brooklyn Charm. Where can our listeners and the people who are just dying to get to one of these locations, where do they start?
Well, Google. You Google, look at our Instagram, look at our website. That's where, you're going to find our address. If you're looking to do it yourself and be your own jewelry maker, we do sell the jewelry making supplies online, wholesale, so you don't have to go to Brooklyn Charm and have us make it for you and pay that $50. Like, you can go online and buy the charms in bulk and do it yourself. And there's tutorials online through our website and YouTube that, are great opportunities to kind of learn from all that. And I think that's the other thing that sort of happened is the DIY element. I think a lot of people are want to do it themselves as well. And that's been kind of fun to see. It's not just us making it for you, like people are wanting to do it themselves, which is cool.
And can you share your website with us one more time?
Oh yeah, brooklyncharm.com.
Well, Tracie, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Well, I appreciate you having me, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you, Tracie. It's been such an honor to spend this time with you and to talk about Brooklyn Charm. Make sure to visit Brooklyn Charm at brooklyncharm.com. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne, where we Make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary, a recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.